Hey guys, it's your old buddy Canales, and I decided to make a video in English for the first time in I don't know ages. Because I happened to watch Predator Badlands last night, and don't worry, I did not pay for it, same as nobody should, because this movie is absolute dog shit. And I already made a video in Spanish, which is like much longer, more elaborate. But I noticed that my hatred has not fully dissipated after making it. So I'm gonna go with the English version and maybe I don't know, maybe gain new friends because I haven't done any videos in English in a while. But yeah, this movie was absolute dog shit. I hated this movie, and I'm gonna painfully and painstakingly elaborate because fuck you. That's why. Yeah. First of all, I hate the look. I don't think the whole CGI mask slash skin works. First of all, because again, just like has been happening for ages in Predator movies, the performer doesn't move alien, doesn't move special like Kevin Peter Hall did. The performer is just some dude. He's clearly just some dude wearing a rubber suit, except it's not rubber, it's CGI, but it's the same thing. Like if the guy doesn't move like an alien, if he doesn't move weird and inhuman, I don't care how elaborate the suit is, it's still a guy in a suit. And yeah, the face is weird. The face is strangely human-esque, uncanny valley. He is like the size of his head shaven. And some people have said that it's explained in universe because he's malformed and around. Yeah, no, his big brother has the same problem. His big brother actually has a fucking pompadour. He's just bigger than him, but has the same facial features. Just like a narrow brow, and like he has a better hairline than I do. I'm kind of jealous of the brother. But no, it's just a design thing. It's not because he's young or whatever. It's the dad, his father, whatever, I don't remember his name, actually has a more classic predator like face. So I guess they're trying to say it's because of the age, because young predators have like a more human bro. I don't know. It still sucks. It still looks retarded. And as I stated on Twitter several times, the best script in the world, which this one isn't, but regardless, the best script in the world isn't gonna make him look good. He still looks retarded. I don't care how justified it is in universe. So yeah, I hate the look. I hate the look, and I hate the look of the movie in general. The look in the movie is strangely subdued and muted, and at no point it says it's extremely hot. Because I don't know if you guys remember, but predators are supposed to be tropical creatures, so to speak. They like heat and conflict. Remember that line from the first movies? They like Iwo Jima. They like Central America. They like, it's supposed to be sweltering hot wherever the predator goes. Sorry. Apologies for being Spanish. I'm working on it. Yeah, as you can see, the color palette is grayish, coldish, both in Yautja Prime and in Jena, which is the planet where this takes place. At no point anyone comments anything on the heat. The image is completely, as I said, gray, dour, uninspiring. It's like, as you can see, it looks like a Netflix TV movie. I don't know. It sucks. Well, that's just the technical department. The script is atrocious. The script is it's boring and repetitive at first, and it's downright insulting during the second half of the movie. From the second act to the end, it's straight up insulting. It's straight up insults your intelligence. Uh, the story is this: the guy, the main predator, is a runt. Is apparently some kind of genetic aberration, and his dad wants to kill him because he brings much dishonor to the Quran. And Dex brother opposes. So Dex brother and his dad fight, and dad kills bro. And before that happens, bro jams Dex into a spaceship and sends him away to the planet Yena because there's this giant alien apex predator there called the Kalisk, and if Deck succeeds in hunting this mythical beast that no predator so far has succeeded in hunting, that will bring much honor to the crown, and that will make Dad accept him. So that's the plan, Deck sacrifices. I'm sorry, bro. I think his name is Quay. Quay sacrifices himself, so Deck has the opportunity to hunt this unhuntable creature. And from now on, it becomes just predator versus environment, and it's just one CGI fight after another. Well, it actually starts with one 5 minute CGI fight that goes nowhere because it's Black Panther, it's like a PS2 intro, but it just gets worse once he gets to Gena. It's just him versus plants, him versus tentacles, him versus like fucking eels. I don't know. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, they introduce a fucking manic pixie dream girl, which is, oh Jesus! Remember how Hudson was supposed to be like an audience surrogating aliens? He was like, well, "Game over, man, game over." Like when things get scary, Hudson gets scared. So it's like it kind of tells you where to proceed. Like, yeah, you should be scared now. She's kind of like that, and I think she symbolizes modern audiences. She thinks everything is funny and quirky and exciting, and she effectively uh, makes everything devoid of any dramatism or weight. The same as CGI makes fights and action scenes devoid of any weight, physical weight. She makes any scene devoid of dramatic weight. Everything is funny and quirky, and fuck you, I hate you. I fucking hate you. She doesn't shut up. Well, that's the boring part. Deck finds this mutilated synth in Vienna during one of his player versus environment adventures, and she's like, "Yeah, I know everything about you." That's how she introduces herself. I know everything about you. I know everything about the Yaojia. She even talks to him in his native language. He talks to him in Yaojiaesque or whatever the fuck you call that. And he's like, well, okay, yeah, without you, I guess I'm fucked. I'm gonna need a guy then, because she apparently has a. Well, she's both audience surrogate and exposition dumper. So she's like, yeah, these are fucking, yeah, speedy needles, and that's a whatever plant, and that's an iron bison. That's what you should do. That blah 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 blah. So she's two annoying tropes, actually three annoying tropes in just a single character. Yeah, I fucking hate her. But Deck adopts her. It's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna further dishonor my clan and invalidate my brother's sacrifice, because instead of hunting the Kalisk myself, which is how apparently it's supposed to be done in Georgia culture, I'm gonna use you as a tool. I don't think that's how it works, but okay. Like I guess there's like this legal void by which a predator can use an android to help him in a hunt, and that doesn't like dishonor him or invalidate the fact that he's supposed to hunt something on his own. Anyway, yeah, he decides to adopt the manic pixie synth girl, and they, during again one of their player versus environment now co-op fights, run into a fucking, I kid you not, fucking cute adorable monkey creature. Like it's like this movies. I was gonna say show because it does feel like a show. Like it's like an episode. It does feel like an episode or something. Like the characters are like super one note, super underdeveloped. But okay, they run into this cute armored monkey creature that ends up teaming up with them for no real reason. It's like the dwarf in the 2000 Dungeons and Dragons movie. He's just there. You never get to know why he joins the party, but that's what cute monkey creature does. He joins. Well, spoiler. It's actually a she. It's a female because this is a This is a women. This is a women's film. So what happens? Let me see if I can remember because my brain is fried. Oh yeah. The thing is, the synth girl and his team were deployed on Yena to hunt the Kalisk. So both her and Deck are after the same MacGuffin, so to speak. Not only is her after the Kalisk, the rest of her unit is also after the Kalisk, but for some reason, her unit, which is 100% composed of super strong, fearless synths, are evil, and she's good. It never gets explained. She's just like, yeah, I like things and creatures, and my evil twin sister Tessa does not, because of reasons. Because the plot needs to happen. So eventually, Deck finds and fights the Kalisk, and we realize that the Kalisk is basically magic. The Kalisk is something out of, I don't know, Harry Potter or something, because you cut off a limb and the limb regrows. You cut off his head and the head gets like immediately reattached, like as if it had like nanomachines on. Yeah. During this confrontation, we learn that Tessa can also experience fear. So please tell me what the advantage of deploying scenes who have human emotions over deploying regular humans is. I don't get it. But okay. We learned that, yeah, the Kalisk is basically invulnerable. So it takes actually the evil synth squad throwing a grenade at him to defeat him, throwing a I guess liquid nitrogen, again, apologies for being Spanish, liquid nitrogen grenade at the Kalisk to freeze it and subdue it. The thing is, they find that grenade inside of a derelict Predator spaceship, which I guess at some point they establish. I missed that, but from what I've read later on, it's established that it was actually Dex brother's ship. He tried and failed to hunt the Kalisk, which I don't know. If you try, now that I think about it, if you try to hunt a prey and fail, shouldn't you like kill yourself? Isn't that something that predators do? Like, when they fail in hunting something, they like commit nuclear seppuku, as we saw in the first two movies. Well, if I learn something about this movie, that nothing really matters. Nothing, no one really gives a fuck about Predator, about the story. Everything is an autopilot. Nobody cares. But yeah, they used a plot resource that they find inside of Dex brother's ship to freeze the Kalisk and subdue it. They also capture Deck. It's that part of the end of the second act in which it looks like the bad guys are going to win. And again, as I said, the bad guys are bad because of reasons. Because there's never really explained why. It's never really explained why. They're like machine like and business minded, and yeah, this is what we need to do, even like fuck you. But yeah, this is when we learn that they see Deck as a bonus. They also capture Deck, and they're like, "Oh, cool! We captured the Predator. We captured the Yautja. We wanna study him and learn from him." And I really want to know what you want to learn from him when it's been established that what's her name? The manic pixie android girl name, that's Thea. It's established the very second they meet. Thea establishes that she knows everything about the predators. She finds them fascinating, the Yautja. She says that she knows about their culture. She knows about their rules. She thinks they're a fascinating race, but for some reason now they need to be studied. So, which is it? Are they like this mysterious alien super advanced race that need to be captured and studied for the betterment of mankind? Or are they just like Klingons, as Thea seems to imply in their first interaction? They're like, some dudes that live in a planet and everybody knows about them. Nothing matters. It doesn't really matter. They don't know what they want to do with the Chaucha. They don't know what they want to do with the universe. They don't care. It's just everything is an autopilot. So long story short, fucking Deck escapes, goes back to his brother's ship. You think he's gonna use the mask for the first time because he's never used the mask so far. I'm kind of confused because I thought that predators actually really needed the mask to see the environment, because in the first movie when the predator removes the mask, you can see that he doesn't really see all that well. So I always assumed that they needed the mask to properly see, because I don't know, they're like uh night creatures, something like that. But no, he actually discards his brother's old mask that's still inside of the ship, and he fashions a mask out of the remains of a creature that he hunted earlier on. And then he uses, I kid you not, one of the spitting eels that I mentioned as a shoulder cannon replacement, as a plasma caster replacement, and he goes on a ninja rampage in the Weyland Yutani base, which is apparently like an entire, it's not even a colony, it's like an entire Weyland Yutani city in this planet. I feel like someone should have warned Deck, or hey, watch out for the human scenes that have constructed an entire city in this planet. Okay. He goes on a ninja rampage, yeah, and eventually he frees Thea, who has been captured by the evil scenes, which is that evil for no reason. Except Thea doesn't really need liberating. Thea releases herself because she's a strong, badass woman. As they are all now, and they join the Kalisk in fighting Tessa, the evil twin. It's the evil, yeah, it's an acolyte type thing. It's fucking terrible. Now that I think about it, it's so Avatar that it makes me cringe real hard. But yeah, mm, the Kalisk is no good because even though it's established that Gena is a death planet, everything is going to try to kill you, and only the strong survive in Jena. If you're actually nice to the flora and fauna of Jena, it's not going to try and kill you because writing is hard. But anyway, the Kalisk is now good, and now the Kalisk is in danger, even though it's been established that it's nigh indestructible, that it has amazing regenerative powers, and that's the very reason why Weyland Yutani wants it, and that's the reason why the predators, the Chaucha, consider it unhuntable. The Kalisk is now portrayed as in dire need of help because Tessa is using this gigantic power loader, similar, I guess, in the same family of the one that Ripley used in Aliens. Tessa is using this gigantic power loader to fight the Kalisk, and they're like, "Oh no, the Kalisk is going to lose. It needs our help." No, no, it doesn't. It's fucking indestructible. You already established that. There's no way you can't kill a Kalisk with whatever you have in this base, let alone a piece of machinery that's been lying there for who knows how long. That's stupid, and whoever wrote this needs to be committed. But actually, yes, actually, they need the Kalisk needs their help. They help the Kalisk. They defeat the evil synth twin of Thea, Tessa. The Kalisk swallows her, and that's when they realize. Well, actually, they realize earlier on, but that's when it hits home. The cute monkey creature thing that's been hanging out with them is actually a Kalisk young, or a cub, if you will. And nobody knew. They're like, oh, it's a Kalisk cub. Oh, nobody knew. Nobody here knows how a Kalisk young looks like, even though, Weyland Yutani knows what a Kalisk is, what a Kalisk does. But apparently they don't know about his life cycle. Or her, because it's actually a chick now. They don't know any of that. The predators view this Kalisk thing as a divine creature of their folklore, and they also don't know how they look like when they're young. It's beyond stupid. It's beyond insulting. But yeah, turns out the Kalisk is actually killable because in the middle of this found family bonding scene, in which like Deck puts his hand gingerly on the Kalisk's head, the Kalisk suddenly explodes in a shower of ice, implying that Tessa somehow detonated a freezing grenade or a liquid nitrogen grenade instead of a Kalisk, killing it. So, the mythical unkillable creature of Predator folklore is actually killable. You just have to like throw a grenade, a freezing grenade into its mouth, and that's it. Yeah. So, well, Tessa emerges from the destroyed remains of the Kalisk and they kills her, doing his Predator Krav Maga thing. And then they all go back to Deck's planet, and Deck kills his own dad in singular combat, in hand to hand combat. Which again, I guess it's a thing that predators would do, but it's portrayed as like cool. Like we're gonna, yeah, man, we're gonna fight because I'm I'm invisible. Like it's a Marvel fight. It's not a. Remember how in the first Predator movie when the Predator decides that he's gonna fight Arnold hand to hand, and the Predator basically disrupts and takes his armor off and deactivates his shoulder cannon and takes off the mask and like, yeah, mano a mano, motherfucker, you and me. No gizmos, no tricks, no invisibility. Let the best man win. And yeah, that's not how it's portrayed. It's like a Marvel movie. Like Deck's dad has the power invisibility because he's wearing a classic Predator armor, so he like comes in and out of cloaking while fighting Deck, which I think should be viewed as dishonorable among predators. When a predator when a creature challenges you to a fight and you go invisible, that's kind of cowardly. But anyway, yeah, Deck wins. Deck kills his own dad, betraying his culture and everything his brother sacrificed himself for. And the message is basically, fuck you, dad. I'm gonna embrace my quirky, multicultural found family. Also, it's worth noting that the message seems to be do not kill a super predator to earn the respect of your clan unless you're Naru from Prey. So, go fuck yourself whoever made this movie. It's fucking insulting.